In the sprawling, emotionally charged world of Genoa City, the drama never sleeps, and the tension is reaching a boiling point. Early edition spoilers for the young and the restless hint at a storm brewing on all fronts. Adam Newman finds himself in the hot seat once again. Billy Abbott is teetering on the edge of emotional collapse, and Lily Winters is about to make a move that no one saw coming. This week's episodes promise explosive confrontations, secret betrayals, and decisions that could change the lives of our beloved characters forever. Viewers have long known that Adam is no stranger to pressure. He's lived his life as a lightning rod for controversy, but what's coming his way now may finally be the thing that brings him to his knees. Adam's latest scheme, one he thought was carefully calculated, is about to backfire in spectacular fashion. The walls are closing in on him, and the people he least expects are starting to question his motives. For a man who's always 10 steps ahead, Adam suddenly finds himself in a position of vulnerability. His choices have always come with consequences, but this time, the stakes are far higher. At the heart of the chaos is a business deal that Adam manipulated behind the scenes, believing it would give him the upper hand at Newman Enterprises. But a key piece of information has leaked, and now Victoria and Nikki are both gunning for the truth. Victor, ever the patriarch with a hawk's eye on all things Newman, isn't buying Adam's reassurances either. When Victor starts asking questions, you know things are about to get serious. The old man's trust is hard, earned and easily lost, and Adam's past sins are catching up with him. But Adam isn't just dealing with the fallout at work. On the personal front, things are equally fraught. His relationship with Sally Spectra, already hanging by a thread, is tested further when she discovers something shocking on his phone, a message, a name. A mistake he thought was buried. Sally confronts him, and the result is anything but civil. The emotional chasm between them grows, and Adam realizes that for all his efforts to change, some wounds never heal. And that's when Chelsea enters the picture. Her return to Genoa City throws everything into disarray. She has her own agenda, and whether she means to or not, she's about to complicate Adam's life in ways he never anticipated. Meanwhile, across town, Billy Abbott is a man on the verge. He's been spiraling for weeks, and the people around him are starting to notice. His confidence is shaken, his decisions are erratic, and his temper is increasingly volatile. Ever since the drama unfolded with Jack and Diane, Billy has struggled to find his footing. Now, with tensions at Chancellor-Winters reaching critical levels, he's cracking under the pressure. Devin and Nate try to reel him in, but Billy's not in the mood to be lectured. He's tired of being underestimated, tired of people expecting him to fail. That chip on his shoulder is growing heavier by the day. He wants to prove himself, but in doing so, he's making enemies. Jill calls him out on his recent behavior, warning him that he's playing a dangerous game. But Billy doesn't listen. He rarely does when he feels cornered. Instead, he lashes out, and the fallout from one impulsive decision could cost him more than just his job. It could cost him his family. At the same time, Lily Winters is quietly making moves of her own. She's always been composed, strategic, and ambitious, but there's a shift happening. Lily's tired of cleaning up everyone else's messes. She's ready to put herself first for a change, and that's where the temptation begins. A new investor has come into play, someone from Lily's past with charm, power, and more than a little mystery. The chemistry between them is undeniable, and while Lily tells herself it's strictly business, the late-night meetings and lingering glances suggest otherwise. Daniel senses something is off. Their relationship, already strained by past choices and diverging priorities, is on thin ice. When he confronts Lily about the new player in town, her response is cool, calculated, and evasive. She's hiding something, or maybe she's simply not ready to reveal what she really wants. For Lily, this could be a turning point, one that sets her on a path of rediscovery and potentially betrayal. Temptation has always been dangerous in Genoa City, and Lily is dancing dangerously close to the edge. Back at Newman Enterprises, the internal war is escalating. Victoria is building her case against Adam with quiet fury. She's enlisted Nate's help, and together they begin piecing together the puzzle. What they uncover is enough to shake the foundations of the company. There's been financial misdirection, covert alliances, and manipulation at the highest level. Victor calls an emergency meeting demanding answers. Adam arrives confident, but the mood in the room is hostile. He realizes too late that the tide has turned. Nikki's eyes are cold. Victoria's tone is lethal. And Victor, he doesn't say much, but when he does, it's devastating. You've crossed the line, he says, and Adam knows it's over, or at least this chapter is. He storms out, pride wounded, heart racing. But Adam Newman doesn't stay down for long. And as he walks into the night, phone in hand, he's already planning his next move. Billy, meanwhile, is unraveling publicly. A confrontation with Devon turns physical when a boardroom disagreement spills into a full-blown shouting match. Security steps in, Jill is furious, and Billy, he disappears. No calls, no texts, just gone. Lily tries to reach him, but there's no response. Daniel warns her to let him go, that Billy always self-destructs before he seeks redemption. But Lily feels responsible. She remembers a different Billy, a softer one, and deep down, part of her still believes he can be saved. She finds him at their old spot by the lake, drunk, defensive, angry at the world. But when she sits beside him in silence, something shifts. Billy talks, really talks, about the pressure, the fear of being a disappointment, the feeling that he's never enough. It's raw, painful, honest. And for a moment, Lily sees the boy inside the man. She reaches for his hand, and he doesn't pull away. The silence says more than words ever could. But back in the city, the drama continues. Sally confronts Chelsea, accusing her of intentionally stirring things up with Adam. Chelsea plays innocent, but her smirk betrays her. She still has feelings for Adam, and now that she's back, she's not afraid to fight for him. Sally warns her to stay away, but Chelsea has always thrived in chaos. She feeds off it, and as she walks away, she leaves Sally with a cryptic warning, "Be careful what you think you know." Sally, shaken but not broken, decides it's time to take control. She schedules a meeting with Nick, hoping to find clarity in something, anything, that isn't tied to Adam's endless drama, but when she walks into his office, she finds him in an embrace with Phyllis. That's right. Phyllis back from the shadows, more determined than ever to reclaim her throne. The look on Sally's face is pure devastation, and just like that, another line is crossed, another heart breaks, another betrayal unfolds. Elsewhere, Lily meets with the new investor again, this time in a more intimate setting. Wine, jazz, low lighting. It's not an official business meeting anymore, and they both know it. He leans in, whispers something in her ear, and Lily laughs in a way she hasn't in months. But as they toast to new beginnings, she receives a text from Daniel. "We need to talk." Now, she hesitates. For a second, she considers ignoring it, but then guilt creeps in, or is it loyalty? She excuses herself, promising to return, and steps into the night air. Her heart is racing, and she doesn't know why. Maybe it's the thrill of it all. Maybe it's fear. Either way, Lily is caught between two worlds, and sooner or later, she'll have to choose. In the shadows of Newman Tower, Nate is making his own moves. He's been playing both sides for weeks, pretending loyalty while feeding information where it benefits him most. But double agents don't survive long in Genoa City. Someone has been watching, listening, gathering evidence, and soon Nate's game will be up. But who will expose him, and at what cost? As Adam prepares his next move, Chelsea steps into his office uninvited. She closes the door, locks it. And the look in her eyes says it all. She's not here to talk business. Adam, tired and defeated, doesn't resist. There's history there, passion, regret, and for a fleeting moment, they fall back into old patterns. But it doesn't last. Adam pulls away, realizing too late that Chelsea came not just with desire, but with a plan. She threatens to expose something big, and unless he helps her, she holds all the cards now. In Adam, he's out of options. Billy returns to Chancellor-Winters the next morning looking composed, but the board is waiting. Jill is silent. Devon is furious. Lily stands at the back, unreadable. Billy takes the floor and delivers a speech no one expected. He owns his mistakes, apologizes without excuses, and then he resigns. The room falls silent. He walks out, shoulders square, head high, and for once, it's not about defeat, it's about freedom. Outside the boardroom, Lily chases after Billy, her heels clicking against the polished floors as she calls his name. When he finally turns, there's something different in his eyes, calmness, clarity, maybe even peace. She asks him why now, why walk away when everyone was finally paying attention. Billy just smiles, a tired but genuine smile, and says, "Because I finally realized I don't need to prove myself to anyone but me." That answer, simple as it is, leaves Lily speechless. She watches him walk away, unsure if she'll see him again tomorrow, next week, or next year, and maybe that's the way it has to be. Meanwhile, Adam meets with Victor in a private setting, far from the eyes and ears of Newman Enterprises. He's expecting a verbal lashing, but Victor doesn't come with anger. He comes with disappointment, and that's worse, much worse. He tells Adam that family isn't just a word, it's a bond that has to be earned. He warns him that while business failures can be forgiven, personal betrayals can't. Adam listens, jaw clenched, trying not to show how much the words sting. When Victor walks out, Adam is left alone, surrounded by silence and echoes of what could have been. And that's when he makes a call, one that could shift the balance of power once again. On the other side of town, Sally is spiraling. The emotional whiplash from Adam to Nick, from hope to heartbreak, is catching up to her. She pours herself into her work, desperate for distraction, but nothing helps. Not even Chloe can talk her down. When she gets a call from a modeling agency offering her a position out of state, she hesitates, but only for a second. Maybe a fresh start is what she needs. Maybe Genoa City has taken everything it can from her. But before she can accept the offer, Chelsea shows up again. This time, not with threats or games, but with something unexpected, vulnerability. She opens up about her struggles, her regrets, her fears. The conversation is tense, awkward, but real. And for the first time, Sally sees Chelsea not as a rival, but as a woman just as broken by Adam as she is. They don't become friends, but they reach something that looks like peace. As for Lily, her conversation with Daniel doesn't go as she expected. He's not angry, he's heartbroken, he knows about the investor. He saw the photos, the whispers around the office reached him, and instead of confronting her with rage, he comes with sorrow. Lily tries to explain, but Daniel already knows the truth. He tells her that love doesn't survive secrets, and maybe they were always better as partners, not lovers. The words hit her hard. She doesn't cry, not then, but the tears come later when she's alone, staring at the skyline from her apartment window. She made a choice. Now she has to live with it. In the shadows, Nate is cornered by a mystery Alice, someone who has been tracking his every move. It's Audra. She lays it all out, the reports, the lies, the confidential files. She tells him that she won't expose him yet, but there's a price. Nate is skeptical. Audra's loyalty has never belonged to anyone but herself. But she offers him a deal too good to refuse. Together, they can seize control of a major division at Newman, but trust will be earned day by day. If either of them slips, it's over. Nate agrees, but the tension between them is palpable. They're playing a game with no safety net, and the stakes are higher than ever. Elsewhere, Chelsea meets with Connor's therapist. Her concern is growing. Connor is acting out again, struggling to process the instability around him. She blames herself and Adam, mostly Adam. The therapist suggests consistency, boundaries, and, most importantly, truth. Chelsea knows what that means. She has to talk to Adam, not as ex-lovers, not as enemies, but as parents. She sets the meeting. Adam shows up late, tired and distant, but he listens, and for the first time in a long while, they have a real conversation about their son. There's no shouting, no blame, just two people trying to do the right thing. It's a rare moment of grace in a world full of war, but grace is fleeting in Genoa City. Back at Newman, Victoria tightens her grip on the company. She's reorganizing departments, replacing key personnel, and sending a clear message: there's a new sheriff in town. Nikki watches quietly, offering support when needed but keeping her own counsel. She's been through too many revolutions to get caught in the middle of this one, but even Nikki has her limits. When she learns that Victoria may be planning to quietly push Victor into retirement, she steps in. Mother and daughter clash in a brutal showdown. Victoria insists it's about evolution. Nikki calls it betrayal. Neither one backs down, and somewhere in the shadows, Victor hears every word. He doesn't say anything. Not yet, but the day of reckoning is coming. Billy, free from corporate chains, finds himself wandering through old haunts. He visits Delia's memorial, sits in silence for hours, letting the memories wash over him. He runs into Chloe by accident. Their conversation is bittersweet, filled with regret and what-ifs. Chloe reminds him that healing is messy, not linear. Billy nods. He's starting to understand that now. Later, he checks into a quiet hotel outside of town. No phone, no laptop, just a journal and a bottle of water. He begins to write about his past, his fears, his hopes. It's not for anyone else, it's for him. And for the first time in a long time, Billy Abbott is beginning to forgive himself. At Society, Lily meets with the investor one last time. She tells him it's over professionally and personally. He's disappointed but respectful. She explains that she has to find herself again, without shortcuts or distractions. He tells her she's braver than most. They part with a handshake and a kiss on the cheek. No drama, no fireworks, just closure. Lily returns to her office and begins restructuring her team. She sets new priorities, new goals. This is her redemption arc, and she's writing it herself. Adam, meanwhile, has made his call, and it's a big one. He's teaming up with someone outside of the Newman orbit, someone unexpected, Tucker McCall. They're not friends, but they both want the same thing: power. Tucker brings resources, Adam brings insight. Together, they start building something that could challenge Newman from the outside, a quiet empire, but such alliances are always fragile, and trust between them is threadbare at best. As the week unfolds, everything in Genoa City seems to be shifting. Friendships fracture, alliances form, secrets simmer just beneath the surface. Victor calls a private meeting with Nikki. He tells her he's not stepping down, not now, not ever. She smiles, but it's a sad smile. She knows the cost of that decision. Victoria learns of his resolve and doubles down on her ambition. The war within the Newman family is far from over. Sally packs her bags. She hasn't accepted the modeling job yet, but she's close. One last walk through the city, one last look at the skyline, and then a knock on the door. It's Nick, flowers in hand, apology in his eyes. She lets him in, but nothing is certain. Forgiveness takes time. Trust takes even longer. Chelsea picks up Connor from school. He smiles. It's small but real. She hugs him tightly, vowing to be the constant he needs. She texts Adam a simple message: he's doing better today. Adam replies, "Thank you, no more." No less than Billy, he finishes his journal entry, puts the pen down, steps outside. The air is crisp, the sky is clear. A new chapter is waiting, and this time he's writing it on his terms. The world of the young and the restless continues to evolve, always teetering between passion and betrayal, loyalty and ambition. Every decision, every glance, every whispered secret has consequences. As the days ahead unfold, Genoa City will never be the same again.